So, you know, with that being said, it's just continuous. It's a continuous thing of us really showing you how to be men. See, now, if we go into a worldly point of view of being a man, when you guys want to be a part of gangs and all this other type of worldly stuff that you think think of as being a man, has become a total failure. Right now, right before your very eyes, so-called gang members, people in your military, any of that stuff, everybody's straight up homosexuals now. See, this is in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 7. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Salaki, I'm going to take it back up to verse 6. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Once again, that sleep is talking about that hypnotized state. Let us not be in that hypnotized state. Let us come out of that. Let us understand that the so-called white man, that's what he's trying to do. That's what Satan wants you to do. Be lulled into a proper sleep. Not sleep in the bed, but sleep in that comfort of I'm just in the world. Like a piece of paper floating in the wind. That's how the so-called white man wants you to be. Just going with whatever he says is okay to do. It's okay to have sex with a man. It's okay to have... None of this stuff matters. Just flow with it. It's the way the times have changed. You can do this as opposed to before you couldn't do that.
Yeah,
Jesus is black, Jesus is white. It's all good. Just be. Don't worry about nothing. Until that point, and we get you to that perfect sleep to where now you got a chip in your hand. But go ahead, you gonna say something?
No, I was just trying to add in on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so hateful. Let's make America great again while we're killing you.
Right.
Of course.
So you go back to the 20s. You look at videos of how women were dressed, and let's say you take an outfit now back to the 20s and give it to a woman and say where it is. A woman would say, man, the only way I'm gonna wear that is when I'm in the bedroom with my man. And some women would be like, I'm not even gonna wear it then. But you have the times now where a woman will pretty much come out on the streets pretty much naked. The pants are so tight, it's almost like body paint. Might as well not even have a shirt on, just walk around with a bikini on, you know?
Now don't get it twisted, because actually some of them do just wear body paint.
You know what? That's true.
That's exactly what a lot of people are doing. Believe it or not, this stuff is happening right before your very eyes, man.
Satan has lulled you to sleep. And as for the elect, we're calling you to wake up. We're calling you to understand that, look, you ain't got no time. It's all over with. That space of time where everything was whatever, that's gone. You better get up, because Yahweh Shai is knocking at your door like a thief in the night. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 7, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Go ahead.
But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation.
Go ahead.
Keep on. Verse 9, for Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
That's what we want, that's salvation. Or do you want to be on the wrong end of Yahweh Shai's wrath? It's a choice you have to make. Now, we understand that the Most High has already chosen his elect. But we also understand, go ahead and get Ezekiel 9 and 4. We also understand that we're out here to try to capture the hearts of the elect, because we're those fishermen. Just as we were captured up by the Lord's word, we're trying to do the same favor. So we're trying to seek out that elect. And hopefully our words, as we're out here on the street and putting these videos up, hopefully our words are reaching the elect. That's what our goal is. As we do all this stuff, with the camera, right? Or without the camera. That's what our hope is. Along with our hope for salvation. It all goes in tandem. But we're not just out here because we're mad. And we just want to yell at somebody. And we hate white people. You know what? Let's just get a camera and say we hate white people.
Man.
It is much more complex than that. Go ahead.
Hey, if you don't mind, since he said that, I just want to pull this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof.
Beautiful. Go ahead and speak on it.
Man, you know, how much more clear can we make it that, you know, man, this is not our place of rest. We're not being treated fairly. You're not even considered human here. It's being proven every day when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are currently being treated like straight crap. You're being kicked out of your land so you can build a pipeline. You're being murdered by a police officer because he thinks you have a gun. He thinks a 12-year-old kid was a grown man that was playing with a toy gun. Didn't even tell you to freeze or nothing, just straight shot you.
All right.
Those are simple points right there. How much more clear can we be that the Catholic Church been raping these little boys all these years? Or any so-called religion.
That's right. Well, what do? You still send your child to the Catholic Church. You still send your money to the Catholic Church. You still get mesmerized by the fact that niggas are getting killed on the street. What do you expect we've been telling you from day one. The Spirit has been telling you since from day one that the so-called white man is the physical incarnation of Satan.
That's right.
That's Satan. You want to see Satan, you want to see evil, look right at him. Now, the spirit of Satan can also be on other nations, including Israel. But that white man is here for those devilish acts. So what are you so confused for when a nigga gets shot in the street?
Man.
Why are you so taken away? Just, oh man, not again. That's what he's here for. That's what he's going to do. As a virus is here to cause havoc in your body. Somebody tells you that you have AIDS. What are you so, you shouldn't be so astounded that now you're in the hospital going through all this, weird changes in your body and you're falling apart.
Kind of going through the witchcraft of the
Right.
side effects. And these are the things, man, we have to try to teach our people.
That's right.
I'm not even gonna front, man. Hey, when you see that situation that went down with Umar Johnson earlier this week on the news, man, my man made it clear. He said we are going to have a civil war amongst our people. Not nothing physical, but just in getting our people to wake up to certain things. But guess what? And that our people are carnal, man.
That's right.
Some more people gonna get physical, especially when you're breaking down our people that this homosexuality stuff is wrong, just straightforward wrong.
That's right.
You can't come teach these children this stuff in school. You can't bring in no man dressed as a female clown.
But the aspect of a civil war, what Umar Johnson and those in that unconscious community don't understand is we've been doing that. We've been having a civil war. We've been going through all these changes. But Umar Johnson and those in that unconscious community are looking at it from that same aspect of carnal, we gotta make it in this society. There is no making it in the so-called white man society. You must, as the scriptures say, you must come out of this society. How do you come out of it? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The Lord's word is the only way to get the full understanding of how you should live, what you should eat, how your daily life should be. You read the book of James and it tells you how, in 1 Peter, Timothy, how you should be living. It's all there. And the Lord's prophets have been at the forefront of that civil war.
Right.
But not for any carnal gain. We ain't out here with a bucket asking people to throw money in it. We're out here trying to gather the Lord's elect. Did you get Ezekiel 9 and 4?
I got it right here. Do you mind if I pull this real quick because it's making the point?
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And of evil. All the things that are going on now, the prophets that came before us, speaking of the apostles that are here now through Great Millstone, going back even further, going back even to Jeremiah and before that, spoke of evils. But right now, we are speaking of those evils that are going on in this society of America. The same as Jeremiah talked about in Babylon. We're talking about the evils that are going on here in America. What are those evils? You could go real deep into it in the understanding of why the so-called black man is being shot down, why the so-called Native Americans are being killed and nobody's even saying nothing about it. But we'll go into something simple. With the food, with the air, with the water.
That's right.
That's evil. The way that the so-called white man tells you that you're drinking clean water. When all this water is straight up dirty. How do you know the water's dirty? Because they're putting all those chemicals in the clouds. And that's just a trickle-down effect. If that water is dirty, then the food you eat is going to be polluted. So you're in a evil battle. And first of all, you got to even understand that you're in the battle. And that's what Umar Johnson and the unconscious community won't teach you.
That's right.
They're trying to tell you that there's a war coming. No, man, you are in the war right now. You're being attacked right now. You're being demolished right now. It ain't no we gotta keep prepared for this and that. It's all going on right now.
Because that's the thing. The reason why, also another reason why I read that scripture is because I want you to understand this place is done.
Man.
Stop trying to survive here. Right now, as we are talking out here, there's a nasty stench in this air. Why would you want to try to build up a so-called community amongst this nasty place?
Man.
That's the
You're-
thing, man.
so like that.
No, you know that's the thing our people just don't get.
If you want to build a community within this community, your community is going to end up being corrupt as this community is corrupt. In this society, there is no making it without being involved with the politics of the so-called white man. Through his money system, through his real estate, through anything. You're going to be involved. But what we're telling you through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is to come out of this place.
That's right.
To understand that there is no making a league with the so-called white man and growing away from the so-called white. It's none of that.
And
You're
that's
not
the
gonna
thing
do
our
that.
people don't get, man. They still keep thinking they can just get up and leave. Then we've already, what's another example? Black Wall Street. We bring all this stuff out repetitiously to get you guys to understand. Our people did that already. And they bombed us. The so-called Native Americans are dealing with that right now with the dang on Dakota pipelines.
That's right.
They're kicking them out of their own land just so they could build a pipeline through there.
What?
Insane, man. But you think you could just come out here, learn your so-called culture, and just start separating from them again.
Right? Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto me, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations.
The men that sigh and cry for all the abominations. That's who we're looking for. But we have to come out. We can't. There's no way to carnally see who the elect is. So what do? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we come out here on these streets, making our bodies a living sacrifice. To do what? Set that mark. Why? Because that mark was set on us. And we understand what our job is to do. We understand the mission. Being that mark was set on us, that mission was implanted in us. Now we make this space an embassy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And in that embassy, you have ambassadors for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So as these people walk by, we try to set that mark, putting the Lord's word out. Not putting our opinions out, but putting the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua out in truth.
That's right.
To give you that truth, so that you can have that mark and you may set up your own embassy or be a part of the one that we have set up. Either way, let us be saved by doing the Lord's work and having faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Is there more on that?
It's just a little bit more time. I'm going to read it again. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, go through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others, he said,
That's good.
Con.
To side that's who we're looking for. That's who we're trying to get. Not anybody that's feeling like, you know what, man, this world ain't that bad. Or saying that, you know, I feel y'all on the white man, but I'm still gonna go out here and get money. No, we're looking for those that are saying to themselves, man, I hate this place and I want to get out of here. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I can't stand being around these people, but what am I supposed to do? We're looking for those who want that way out in truth. Not that way out just because times got hard at work and you know, my job ain't as cool as it was, or man, once I get some money, I'm gonna get back out. No, we're looking for those who hate where they are at with a passion, right?
That's right.
You got anything else? We can start winding down, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You got another precept?
No.
Okay, well, and with that, we may start another lesson. We may not. We're gonna follow the spirit on that, but
Nine.
as usual, all praise to Yahweh,
Hawa, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to your elect.
Shalom.